guys, I'm coming to you from the backyard on our elevated garden by our signature pergola that I built last winter, just made of simple 4x4s, a 2x8, some brackets, and to give it more interest, dimension, and depth, on top I used pressure treated stair railings that you can just get from the hardware store. The reason why we're here is so that I can give you a mini tour of this garden bed and also to do a minor planting project. I want to discuss with you the plants that I've already planted for 2 seasons, how they're coming along, how they're growing in this garden bed, and growing for 3 seasons now. I have several Salvia, I have Speedwell, also known as Veronica. They're pretty established Veronica, but look what happens in the center. It opens up. And when that thing opens up, then you have all these lanky branches growing on the side, and it creates that hole. And that needs to be taken care of either by staking or cutting them back. Planted in and around the Veronica, there's German bearded iris, there's a euphorbia, and all the way to the end I planted a David Austin climbing rose. This garden bed under the pergola is located on an elevated garden that we built purposely so that we can gain more access to plants, more access to irrigation, and really give this area a much better look. What I wanted to do today is add another perennial, another kind, which is what you're seeing right now, called Russian sage. It is a good performer, especially in the hot summers of North Carolina. It is drought tolerant and perfect for this spot. Alright, so after bringing in all the items that I need for this planting project, I have my Espoma Organic Blue Biotone starter. I normally put a handful of this when I plant any perennial or any annual in our garden. It just boosts up the growth pattern of the roots, and it helps it establish a whole lot more. I have my favorite gloves and my favorite garden trowel over here, my kneeling pad, and also I have what I will be planting in here. It's called the Crazy Blue. Get the tag. It's the Crazy Blue Russian Sage from Monrovia. Looks like it's going to be a very healthy plant. A little bit about the Russian sage. It is described having tall, spiky clusters that you saw on the other shot for the mature one that I have in front of this garden bed, right behind the Veronica over here. Now, in full maturity, it will create a lavender blue cloud of color that will also join perfectly with the Veronica that we have in the background. They're very finely textured, and if you rub it, it really does smell like there's a hint of lavender in it. Here's a spire that has all those light lavender blue flowers that I was telling you about. There we go. It's vigorous growing. Oh yeah, now I can really smell it. It's got that citrusy lavender scent. Things that I like that are natural properties of the Russian sage is that they are hardy, they are vigorous growing, they are heat loving, very good in North Carolina, they are drought tolerant, and also they are deer resistant. So with all of that, as a plant, well, it's a winner, and I think that they deserve to be planted in any garden, especially here in Acorn Hill. They grow in zones 4 to 9, and we're zone 7 here in central North Carolina, so this will really fit the bill, as they say. Also loves full sun, and this area of the garden really does get a whole of that full sun that I was talking about. See how open it is, and on a clear day and on a summer day, this gets beaten by the sun. So let's get to it, and I'll show you what it looks like after I planted it in the ground. And there you have it. It was an easy planting project today. All we had to do basically is just to clear this corner and get to that little spot, put the Russian sage in it and allow it to mature, kind of draping over the border, and that's what we're trying to achieve here. So I planted the Russian sage, just tipping it over toward the edge, and once it matures by next year, this will really fill in. Now it likes dry and good full sun, and we are just experiencing several days of rain right now, so who knows, by the time the temperature goes up in the next few days, this may take off, and that's the expectation. So the biotone starter fertilizer will help a whole lot. We are excited about the development and the growth of this young garden, and I think we did a pretty good job in thoughtfully planning out and putting high performance plants, low maintenance but high performance. And so that's it for today. I wanted to show you this part of the garden little by little as we move along with the garden tour and the plants that are growing and things that we can show you. Then we'll be able to unfold different parts of the garden for you to get familiarized with it. We do appreciate you being with us here in Acorn Hill. If you like the videos that we put out, we ask that you consider subscribing. Click on that subscribe button. Make sure that you also click on the bell icon, which will tell you if we have new videos coming and new ideas that we are putting on YouTube. We also welcome comments and suggestions. Put them on the comments section. Thanks again for your time. This is Louis from the backyard here in Acorn Hill, and we'll see you back soon. Bye-bye.